Okay, so I want to make a quick video to showcase how dope custom extensions are, which I've stressed a bunch, but actually show it in action with a practical use case. So you may recall, if not, I put it up on screen, but about a week or two ago, I made a video about a real use case I was given where in a Windows heavy environment, they wanted to identify existence of file shares across their environment, as well as the associated permissions of the files on said file share. So the way we achieved that was using the shared resources table for Windows, which will identify existence of file shares on that machine or any machines you query. And then we parlayed that into an NTFS ACL permissions query, which looked at the NTFS ACL permissions for the files on that share. So pretty good, satisfies the use case, but I think we can do a little bit better because this is identifying the shares and identifying the permissions of the file system to the shares, but we don't have anything determining the actual access to the share itself from the SMB and the network side. To my knowledge, there's not an osquery table which could achieve this, so naturally, I figured, hey, let's go ahead and create it. Before we hop into that, let's look at what we have here for the results. So for shared resources, we're looking specifically for the shared test is what we use for the example. And then for the ACL permissions, we actually went ahead and then did a quick query and then combined the path so that we can get the permissions of all the files on that share and their respective users and rights. So we have all of that, but again, we don't have who has access to the share itself, and that's where custom extensions comes into play. So I know I've done videos before where I've talked about custom extensions as they pertain to managing other applications, minimizing misconfigurations at scale and troubleshooting. This one's a little bit different. This is actually harvesting additional context. As you can see, the type is self-code, but I actually did use AI to create this. I just did it via the API and copy and pasted it in because I'm still testing and fine-tuning this specific mode. But effectively, what this allowed us to do is with some transforms and some additional logic, actually execute applicable PowerShell commands to extract that information in the form of a query and then send you back that data. So we can see right here, we have the deployment across the environment. And actually, just to show you how quick and easy this is to add this table to your array of things you can query, we'll go ahead and undeploy it from that machine and then just redeploy it to our test box right here. And if we hit refresh, boom, there we have it already deployed. So now all we actually want to do is go on ahead and we'll grab the title here, or I can reference the schema, but I've tried doing this. I'm going to fat finger. I know myself, so might as well just do select star from copy and paste name and say where name like, so the name of the file share, and we'll just wildcard it out this time. Say basically where it's anything. And so we'll say SMB share perms custom extension and select our target device and hit execute. We'll give it just a moment here. And there we have it. Okay, cool. So we have our results. So if we go check those out, we can see the access control type, the access right, the account name, so basically the user, the name of the file share itself, the path to that share, and the scope name. So let's clean this up a little bit. We'll say, hey, we don't need a scope name, and we actually already know the path. So we're just looking at these elements, and then let's remove any of the actual hidden file shares. And so we're looking for just the ones that were user generated and open and accessible. So we'll say name using our built-in filtering capability. And again, apologies that my head's in the way. I'm not good enough at video editing to edit that out. But what we can see right here is we have the share test. So even though the user Nick has full access to the files on the file share based on the NTFS ACL permissions, we can see that right here, the access right of full is denied. So they're denied everything when accessing the share itself. And same with the actual respective groups of guests, everyone, administrators, etc. We can see their respective permissions to the share. So that's just one brief example. Again, we had pretty much everything for that use case done, like 95% of it. But with custom extensions, we can fill that last additional piece of data, even if it's not a supported table within osquery, because custom extensions allow us to extend the functionality of osquery beyond its out-of-the-box tables to virtually any use case we want. And this was a real use case where I made this custom extension for a real applicable customer. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any other ideas for cool use cases, whether we can or can't do it within osquery or whether I can build an extension for it, please let me know. Otherwise, check out our YouTube and LinkedIn. And until next time, see ya, everybody.